Good morning, class. Miss Brown here again. I'm outside of my house again, and I'm standing under my deck, which has a big tree called the wisteria tree, and it has really pretty purple flowers. I don't know if you can see them, and there's a lot of honeybees buzzing around it. Probably there's 50 bees above my head right now inside all these flowers, and they're collecting nectar and pollen. And I know some of you might be curious about all the bees that you see outside now. And I'm going to read you a book all about the bumblebee. And I wanted to show you the sign, actually. And it says, "You are awesome." And I just wanted to write you a little note saying that I miss you. And this is the book that I'm going to read, The Bumblebee Queen. And it's written by April Sayer, illustrated by Patricia Wynn. And this is a nonfiction book, even though it does have drawings. All about how a bumblebee works. And there's a lot of facts in here that I didn't know about them. So let's listen really close because I'm going to ask you to do something at the end. The Bumblebee Queen begins the spring below ground and all alone. Bumblebees are native to North America, South America, Europe, and Asia. There are over 250 bumblebee species. So look at the picture. In the spring, as the snow melts, the Bumblebee Queen lives underground. She digs out. She flies, and hungry she seeks flowers. She drinks nectar with her long, hairy tongue. So that's why bumblebees are always around flowers, because that's their food. They drink nectar. Now look close and you can see she uses her tongue. She begins to search behind the barn and beyond the lake. She buzzes around the bushes and between fields. Bumblebees rarely sting, but they will sting in defense and can sting more than once. So you might be wondering if they're going to sting you and why. They're not going to sting you for no reason. If they're scared of you, they will sting you because they're defending themselves. And here's an up-close picture of their stinger. She is looking for a place to build her colony. A puddle? No. Too wet. A bush? No. Could fall out. An old mouse nest? Yes. Look in there. See, it's like a cave under the tree. Bumblebees nest in the ground in a sheltered, mossy, grassy place, like an old mouse nest or a abandoned birdhouse. Sometimes they have even nested in an old teapot. Now she prepares. She visits flowers and drinks their nectar and gathers pollen. She makes a waxy cup called her honey pot. In it she stores nectar she will eat for stormy days when it's not good weather for flying. Now here's your caption. The bee's body produces wax that squeezes out little tiles between segments in her abdomen. She pulls off the tiles with her feet, chews them to form her honey pot. That is so awesome. Can you make wax out of your belly? No, but the bee was made special to make her own wax to build her own pot. She forms some of the pollen into a lump, and she lays eggs in it and adds wax to cover it. So here you can look close. Here's the pollen is yellow. She put her little white eggs and she covers it with wax. After the eggs hatch, the queen chews a small hole in the wax and pushes in food to the larvae. So you found out that the baby bees are called larvae. In 5 days, the eggs will hatch. They are lumpy, plump larvae. No buzzing and no flying yet, just wiggling. So they kind of look like worms. The larvae eat the pollen, and the queen brings them more. The larvae grow, wiggle, and chew. As they grow bigger, the wax covering will crack, and the queen will repair and enlarge it. So what do larvae eat? Their food is pollen. You're right. So that's why the bees have to go collect pollen, because it's their food. One spring day, the larvae spin a cocoon. goes around them. The larvae spins a cocoon 10 to 14 days after they hatch. The outer layer of silk hardens and yellow, so the larvae no longer need the wax covering, and the queen will get rid of the extra wax. The queen bee keeps working. She collects nectar, gathers pollen, and lays more eggs. In between her other duties, the queen snuggles up the new eggs. Heat from her body goes through a bare patch on her abdomen and warms the eggs, kind of like a chick sitting on their egg. In 10 days, the cocoon ripens. The queen chews them open, and bees emerge, and their wings are flaming. Now the queen has helpers. These are called worker bees. They are gray when they come out of their cocoon, but their adult color starts to show in a few days. What is their adult color? The yellow and black. New workers gather nectar and pollen to feed the larvae. And the first worker bees of the season are the smallest. Later they get bigger because the colony grows and more workers can gather more food. Summer simmers. The colony grows and the queen lays more eggs. Some form workers. Some form drones. Some will become a new queen. Alright, so it shows you what a queen, a worker, and a drone. Workers are females that are smaller than the queen. Workers do the hive chores. Drones are the males, whose only job is to mate and help produce the next year's bees. A bumblebee colony can contain 30 to 400 bees. Okay, so the queen is the woman in charge. The worker are the girls that are helping, and the drones are the boys. In fall, the nights chill and the flowers shrivel. New queens and drones emerge from the hive. Scientists aren't sure what signals an egg to become a queen or a worker. So you don't know why there's a boy or girl. It just happens. Drones form many colonies, zoom across the fields, dabbing drops of bee perfume. New queens follow the perfume highways to find the drones and mate, so they can smell them. Workers, drones, and queens all eat nectar. Any nectar that is extra is not eaten by the bees, is kept in the honey pot. As water evaporates from the nectar, it becomes honey. Wow! Now you know why we have honey. Because it's the nectar that is extra. And it evaporates and becomes nice, sticky, and sweet. The new queens drink nectar, search for soft earth, and dig down to wait for spring. So the new queens that were born are now trying to hibernate because it's fall. While underground from fall to spring, the new queens go without food, sometimes as long as 6 months between their meal. Could you not eat for 6 months? No. But the workers and the drones and the old queen are left above ground. They die. They cannot survive the cold. So you see here that the new queens go underground, but everyone else is left above ground and they die. So they only live one season. It's a little sad. Old bee, queen of the bumblebees, won't see her next spring to come, but her daughters, the new queens, will fly across the fields and build colonies of their own. In northern Canada, the entire bumblebee season is only a few weeks long, but in southern United States, like where we live, near the equator, they can last for many months. Some live year-round. That's the end. Just has some more information there. It says almost 4,000 kinds of bees are native to the United States. Honeybees are used to make honey and pollinate crops. Honeybees cannot pollinate an eggplant and tomato, only a bumblebee can. So whenever you eat a tomato, think a bumblebee. Okay, so this book had a lot of information about how a bumblebee lives and then dies. So what I want you to do is I want you to maybe get a piece of paper and draw a picture of the bumblebee and write 3 facts that you learned about them out of this book. And then maybe your mom or dad can take a picture and send it to me. And I don't know if you can see them buzzing around, but they're buzzing around this flower collecting pollen and nectar. And I also have a new little friend that I wanted to show you. I got baby chicks this week, and they're going to grow into chickens after a couple months. But they're really cute, and I'm going to go get one and show them to you, okay? I'll be right back. Want to say hi to the class? There he is. Say hi, class. Say hi. I have 6 baby chickens, and they're living with me right now. And you can see them hop around on this table. Say hi. See how tiny he is? Yeah. Come back over here. His tiny wings and beak. And she's so soft. Here. You say hi to the class? Alright, she's being shy. There. I wish we were back in school and I could bring them all and you could visit with them. But this is the best we can do right now when we have to stay home and be safe. So I have 12 chicks. Maybe you can come up with a name that I should name some of my baby chicks. And have your mom or dad text me what you think I should name them. Say hi. Say, be good for mom and dad. And do your reading and writing. And enjoy the outside. Say bye till next time. Miss Brown loves you all.